Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. A very rare day video. Last night I did my night. As you guys know, I usually do my videos at when I'm working my overnight, but I was just too freaking tired. I've been sick for like a month. For those of you who don't know, I work in healthcare, and it's been a brutal season, and I'm pretty sure I got every virus that is out there. But I'm hopefully on the mend, and my immune system's better for it. What am I going to talk about today? Honestly, I'm just going to kind of wing it. It's been so long since I've been on here. Let's just go through some different platforms and I'll show you where I'm at. First and foremost, if you guys haven't gone on to this, well, actually, we got to do the intro first. So thanks for tuning in. Let's do the intro. Okay, sorry, it's out of habit. So anybody who has been following crypto stuff has probably seen this TitanX. So TitanX is a unique, and I don't want to say I'm late to the game, but this thing's been going on since November or October 28th. So we're about 60 days in, I would say. But it is a unique tokenomic staking and mining platform that got massive traction. And so the actual site itself over here, app.titanx.win, I don't think there's any referrals or anything. Let me see. I honestly don't even know. Let's see what happens if I do share. Oh, this is all kind of the onboarding. Let's see this. Oh, it's just kind of like they're just providing... Anyway, so TitanX, I don't think there's any kind of referral. So what I'll do is I'm just going to copy this link and I'll put it into the description below. But there's kind of two ways to get by TitanX. You either buy it off the market. This is on Ethereum, so keep that in mind. Ethereum is going to have the high fees and all that kind of stuff. Although they haven't been as bad lately, but they're still higher than other platforms like Pulse and Binance and Avalanche and such. But as usual, ETH is just a juggernaut. And so the amount of people that got into this TitanX has just been astronomical. There was obviously this huge spike and this drop, and that happens every time you have one of these new platforms that come out. It's had a couple spikes since then and has come down. And the reason this has come down is because anybody who got in over here and bought a whole bunch or started mining, all those mining. So what they basically do is if you come over to the app, you can actually mine. I have some of my own going here. And what you do is you put in ETH, and when you put that ETH in, you tell it how many days you want to do. So if you want to do 30 days or whatever the case is. And once you do that, it'll tell you what is going to be your payout. So right now, this would cost you 0.211 ETH. The longer you wait, the more this goes up. It's what they call the mining difficult will go up. So it's about $466 with an estimated payout of $559, which is a 20% increase. However, in the very, very beginning, people who were mining back here were getting crazy high bonuses, and it is going to be predicated on the price of this TitanX going up. So at the moment, there is a ton of TitanX being mined, being staked, and just kind of liquid. And that's probably why you haven't seen that huge spike since then, because as these other people are getting their miners up and running, it's just they're either staking it, so there's not a lot of liquidity out there, or if you're getting it for free by mining, you're not really going to buy it off the market here. But with that being said, did you miss the boat on this, or did I feel like I missed the boat on this? No, I don't. So I had started some miners quite a few days back, as you can see here, about 60% on this one, 46, 41. I got some higher ROIs just because I did start sooner. I did have one that I did kind of a short-term miner, so that one's already ended. And I've already gotten by TitanX. I still have it as liquid at the moment. So if you do have it as liquid, you can come over here and stake it. This is how much I have currently. And again, you can put in here how many days you want to stake it. And the more you stake, the more rewards you get. And that reward comes from people who are buying into TitanX, whether it be mining or anything of that nature. And they use that Ethereum to pay out per share to people who are staking. I don't have an equation for that. I did come across this website, TitanX.watch. So I got to dig into this a little bit more. because this does break down like stakes and things. So here's the current stakes. What I'd like to see, though, is I want to see what is the payout. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way to figure out, excuse me, what are you going to get in, excuse me, in ETH per share based on current values and things like that. So I'm still digging into that. But at any rate, have you missed the boat? Has this thing fizzled out? Absolutely not. And the reason I say that is there's quite a few projects that are, let me find one. So you have this Titan Blaze. So Titan Blaze, there's a bunch of developers in here and a bunch of people. There's a community, and they're in essence trying to build projects on top of Titan that's going to burn the bejesus out of it. In essence, tie it up or burn it off the market, which is going to be huge. Then you have this other team over here, DragonX.Win. They just released their teaser, and the gentleman behind it, and I apologize, a lot of people in the community probably know him, but I'm new to the community. But he released this kind of little trailer here talking about what we can anticipate from DragonX, and in reality, what he's saying is the purpose is going to be to utilize TitanX, but also stake and burn. They are going to create a token on top of it. I think it's going to be the DragonX token. So keep an eye on this site. Maybe there'll be a pre-sale, keep an eye on this Telegram. Maybe there'll be a pre-sale or something. But the goal being to bolster the original TitanX. So on top of that, the actual TitanX developer and team has a project coming out called Hyper, which is supposedly going to, you actually need liquid Titan in order to utilize Hyper, from my understanding. But again, I'm kind of digging into it new. But their whole purpose as the developer of this platform is to burn and utilize TitanX and start causing a little bit of a deflationary aspect to it. There's a lot of hype around Hyper. I got to dig into it more, and I'll get you information as I get it. But long story short, did you miss the boat on this? No. In my opinion, no. I think you are going to start, they're talking mid to end of January for this Hyper. So you'll probably start seeing some upward swing on this as people are trying to hold on to their Titan, so there's less on the market as the miners come. And there are probably going to be people buying it off the market as well. On top of that, you have two more projects that are already trying to build on top of this from reputable developers. So this has got a lot of potential in my opinion. So I have my miners going. I'm probably going to create a couple more miners, but I am going to try and get over into the staking with what I have. I just need to find out. I just need to look a little bit more into the staking in regards to numbers and things of that nature. So with that being said, this has been so successful, and the tokenomics have been so great that there's actually our friends that did P-Drip over here, which if you guys are in Pulse Strip, it's been a very stable team. They've been developing. They've been active. They're still building. The sneaky part is, or I don't know if you want to call it sneaky, the price has been going down. It's not going to sustain forever. And they're pivoting their attention a bit. I'm hoping that it's a dual type of scenario. But the P-Drip has been, in fact, while we're in here, we're going to go one by one. Let me switch over to Pulse. Damn it. Jeez, that was a long time. Let's get over here to Pulse. Where are you? There you are. So the people behind P-Drip, because of the success of TitanX, if you come over here, right here, DripX. So DripX, I joined this community. There's about 300 in there. There are about 1,240 now. There's a lot of promotion and a lot of people, including those who follow. Hustleman Matt is in here. Bartertown Ray is in here. And I believe this is the developers, from what I'm gathering. These are the developers from P-Drip. And what are they doing? They haven't said, but let's call it what it is. DripX, TitanX, DragonX, all these different X. I'm imagining they're going to take the tokenomics and the structure of TitanX and pull it over to likely Binance, because from what my understanding is this is going to affect the original OG drip, not the P-Drip. Let's see what this says. This is their most recent post. We're thrilled to announce that DripX will be new token paired with Wrap Drip as a liquidity pair. Okay, that's fine. But my guess is we are going to see a TitanX type of app using OG drip from the Binance chain. I don't think they're going to be using the P drip. I'm just hoping that they don't abandon the P drip altogether. But with that being said, you guys, as you guys know, you can't leave money on the platform. Get it off as you can. These plays are always kind of Deegan plays. You know, there's so much. You know, in fact, I was just talking to a friend of mine recently, and crypto is so much bigger than what people realize. And I realize that I do my videos on these apps and things like that that are kind of high risk, high reward, and you know, and it may not seem like it's actually benefiting in any way, but it really is. However, this doesn't. I don't use the money for my, I guess you can call them legitimate projects. Not that these are not legitimate, but those kind of long-term hold, long gain type projects that are more in the typical, whatever you want to call it, financial markets, if that makes sense. And I have a bunch of those that I'm into. But these other ones are fun, and it helps keeping things liquid. And the things that they learn from these smart contracts sometimes do get utilized in other smart contracts in a lot of the bigger kind of VC-funded projects and things. With that being said, P-Drip, if they are indeed, this has been slowly going down. It's having the same crumble as the original drip. Hopefully, it's kind of a cross promotion between original drip and P-Drip as Drip X comes in. I'm not going to hold my breath for it, and that's not a dog on P-Drip, but I think Dragon X is going to be huge for the original drip on the Binance chain. And as you guys know, as of I think it's like next week, the original drip is going to be no longer inflationary. It's going to switch to, there's no more creation of drip. So last I checked, it was just over 3 cents. Expect quite a bit of rise from drip, in my opinion, especially if Drip X does really, really well and there's other things being built on it, especially with the kind of feeling of that bull run coming. Things usually start following. Let me swap this that I just got real quick here. P-Drip. So with that being said, I have quite a few drip. I mean, not a significant amount, unfortunately, but you know, I claimed all of mine from when they shut down emissions and things of that nature. But I'm probably going to buy some more off the market in anticipation of Drip X and kind of what's coming, especially with the bull market heating up. You know what I mean? This doesn't want to swap. Let's refresh real quick. Something's going on here. Maybe I can't switch to... I should be able to just switch it straight to Pulse. Come on, computer. Let's try and swap it to DAI, maybe. Oops, wrong way. Yeah, anyways, we'll come back to that. So that's P-Drip. Pull what you can off. Pulse 3D, I'm actually still trying to feed into this. I've been following the chat. There hasn't been a ton of activity on here. But as things heat up, hopefully we'll start seeing some more get pushed into here. What I'll probably end up doing is, as I claim from P-Drip, I'm going to push it over here into the Pulse 3D. Then you have Pulse Farm. Since we're talking Pulse, I'm still into this one. Not as much development. There hasn't been a lot of talk in the chat at the moment with development and such. The interest rates are still pretty dang good. They're in the 50s, 60s, 70s, including the yield barn. The yield barn's still up at that 935. It's been fluctuating kind of between 700 and 1,000. The tricky part with this is within the white paper that they talked about. The white paper is supposed to have some games, coin flip, dice, roulette, those kinds of things. And there hasn't been talk of it yet, so I'm not sure kind of what they're waiting for, but at a certain point, in fact, let me see what the current total, so 550 total, so that's been somewhat steady on this, but it's only going to be able to maintain so long. People are going to try and pull out and move elsewhere. And the cow tip token has been going down simply because, as with most farms, you are producing cow tip, but you don't have mechanisms in order to like burn them and those types of things. You know what I mean? So we need they need to start releasing the next steps of their roadmap so that we can start seeing some cow tip being utilized, burned, and really some unique stuff. I'm real big on like games that people, you know, if people do want to play games, and it will burn some of it, but games are not going to sustain it. I just don't think there's going to be enough cow tip being burned from, you know, coin flip and dice and those kinds of things. That is going to make a significant change on the emissions that are creating. So they are going to have to come up with something a little bit more unique, in my opinion. Let's see. I'm going to get 940 cow tip, 235 pulse. You got to really come up with something. I don't know whether it's going to be something that's truly going to be utilized on the pulse side, whether that be bridging, whether that be oh god, I have to think, you know, but I mean, obviously games are a good thing, but you need something that is giving a unique utility, in my opinion. So many of these platforms come and go because they end up trying to do the same things. Everybody says, okay, when are you going to get listed? Got it. Everything gets listed. When's the farm going to go live? Okay, the farm goes live. When is staking going to be available? Okay, staking is available. Okay, win games or something, or win promotion. Okay, well, games are only going to take you so far. There's only so many people that are going to play dice games, and that value of people that are going to be playing those dice games goes down as you get into these fringe projects that don't have that mainstream look yet. It's different from, you know, Bet Fury back in the day. That was it pulled in so many eyes into it that you were getting massive usage. Something like Pulse Farm doesn't have that amount of eyes unless they start getting more promotion and they bring in something kind of unique, whether that be decreasing emissions or whatever the case is. And this is not to say that they're not going to, and I'm not trying to FUD or anything of that nature. This is just purely me saying, you know, the development needs to continue, and I haven't seen a whole lot of it as of yet. So with that being said, I always pull my Pulse or my LP. I always split it. I got $13 more here. I lock it indefinite. I called it, you know, honestly, the cow tip, I'm just trying to do my part for this. If I can lock it indefinite so that it takes it off the market and increases my share of the yield barn, so be it. I'm game for it. Meanwhile, the pulse that I get, that's what I usually cash out to. At the moment, I'm not going to cash it, though. I'm just going to leave it as pulse. So next one is Warren, if you guys aren't familiar with it. So as you guys know, I did get into Carol Finance. It was on Base, and then it bridged over to Binance. It had a bunch of hiccups and all kinds of things. So what did Warren do? Warren is in essence Base Carol, but on Pulse. It's actually been doing really, really well. I'll show you what I kind of have here because I have quite a few active stakes where I'm at right now. So I actually have, wow, I got $60 worth. This thing is rocking and rolling, guys. I'm up to 3.5%. I have not taken a single thing out yet. I still think this has got a lot of legs, and I think it's slowly gaining. Total liquidity is 881. It was just over 9, so people are starting to take some profits. But it's been steadily growing. Its tokenomics are doing well, and it's had a very slow and organic growth. Let's go over here. Close that. Let's go over here real quick. Where's Warren? There you are. Let's see if there's anything. Let's see. I always like looking at the tag post here. Crypto, $100. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, they have a contest going. YouTube contest winner. Oh, I should make a video. It won't be this one because I'm talking way too much about other junk. So I'll do a separate video. In fact, what I'm actually going to do, and that's what I was just going to say. I didn't want to claim and do all this and show you it because I've been actually doing this twofold. I've been doing this on YouTube, but also on my TikTok channel. But this 3,946 available warrant is now worth $61 in LP. That's freaking legit. I have 19,000 currently staked. But in essence, what I am doing, I'm not going to do it here because I'll do it on my TikTok video, is you pair your die wrapped pulse. As you can see, I still have some sitting in here. And then you have bonds. And these bonds come from either buying Warren token or rebonding, which you have available from staking. I've been doing 100% staking, so everything I'm doing, I'm pushing into my stakes down here. You get 175% of your stakes as you go. So like as you can see, I'm getting 97 profit here, 300, 551 per day. And then what it does, it comes up here, and you can then claim this. And what this gets claimed as is this wrapped pulse. So you can then split that if you want and sell your warrant or bond it again or kind of do whatever the heck you want to do with it. You can just sell it directly from here as well. I haven't sold any yet because I'm really trying to boost this bad boy up. I don't really have a goal. I'm kind of thinking 50,000, but if it keeps going up the way it's going and this total liquidity, like it just went up another 1,000 just sitting here. If this total liquidity keeps going up and this warrant token value keeps going up because of the slow grow, I'm just going to keep rebonding until I see something different. Oh, look at my percentage just went up too. So I'm going to do another separate video for this, probably on TikTok and YouTube. But this one has been rocking and rolling, very slow, steady growth. The community's still active. It's not crazy active like you would, with all these other, but it's been slowly growing. You know what I mean? Rebond, what drives the buys and sells, price action. If you only stake, you can claim at the end of 30 days. Oh, somebody else just hit that too. Juicy gains. Yeah, I agree. I'll heart that with you, buddy. Approve. Yeah, so it's just regular chat. Oh, here's the YouTube stuff, YouTube content. So I'll have to post. I'll make a video on this and I'll throw it in here. So that is that. I don't think I have anything else on Pulse at the moment. So let's minimize that bad boy. All right, brand new one here. So I do have the Kepler wallet. Kepler wallet is what links me over to the Cosmo ecosystem. There is a project that just came out. It's called Cook. It is on the Sei network. I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, another network. I know. Me too, buddy. Me too. There's so many chains. I'm on so many chains. I don't know what to keep up with it. But, each time I do this, it's a learning curve. You learn something new. And so right now I'm learning how to navigate the Kepler wallet, which I needed to do anyways. I'm learning how to try to navigate the Cosmo chain a little bit better. There is Osmosis. This is kind of your Uniswap or your Pancake swap of the Cosmos chain. Sei's actually doing pretty well. It's moving up slowly. So I'm going to try and hold on to some Sei. I bridged over. The bridge I used is here, app.rocketx.exchange. Super easy once you kind of learn what you're navigating. Kepler's a little different. When you go into Kepler, it's got Cosmos, it's got Neutron, it's got Sei, it's got a bunch of networks kind of all linked together on the Cosmo ecosystem. So you got to make sure you're bridging to the appropriate network. Similar, and what else am I on here? So the reason I did Cook is this is the first kind of meme token that is over on the Sei network, and there are people bridging over onto the Sei network. But I also know that they're actually, the team behind this is actually building I believe it's a Telegram bot for trading on Sei specifically. So I'm kind of hoping to get on this early, kind of first mover advantage. As people come over, as more liquidity comes over, as meme tokens come out, maybe we can make some gains on here and then bridge it back. So Astroport, also a place that you can exchange. This is actually where I bought Cook. So if you go to the Cook, cookonsei.com and you hit buy Cook, it brings you to this Astroport. And this is where I bought it here, actually. So I actually ended up buying 100 Sei worth of Cook, actually. And it's now worth 98. So it's kind of hanging out there. This is like as of just a few moments ago. I'm going to try and bridge some more over when I have it. I don't have a ton over there. In fact, I only have, how much Sei do I have? $22 left. But the reason I'm trying to learn Kepler wallet and all these other things is there's so many different, here's a lot of the different ones you can do on Kepler dashboard, including the one that you guys know that I'm on, which is the Omni token. Oh, it went down a bit. Yeah, down 21%. I wonder if they did their token drop. Hold on one second here. Where am I at? Where are you, Omni? There you are. So I'm curious if this token price dropped because a lot of people bought to try to get the airdrop for the OmniX token. Come on, computer. and they did the snapshot on Christmas, and everybody's anticipating them to do the airdrop. Let's see. January 1st. No. No, somebody just must have sold. Yeah. Sorry, there's a car alarm going on outside. I don't know. So somebody just happened to sell, because like I said, I'm kind of anticipating a drop simply because people usually buy, because you had to hold Omni in order to get the airdrop of the OmniX token. So it did drop a little bit, but which is fine. But this is on the Kepler or on the Cosmos chain as well. So the Omni interface, which I'm a part of, as you guys know, this is Omni is going to be a kind of forex. Well, it's got to have a lot of features, to be honest with you. But I do have quite a bit of the NOM token, and then I actually staked it because it's got about a 23% APR. I've been slowly. Oh, look at that! Oh, I claimed. I don't remember claiming, but I guess I did. So I claimed, I had 97, so $22 worth. This is already building back up again. You're getting 22%. I'm debating, should I just stake that back in or sell it? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got to figure out where to sell it, actually. At any rate, so this is all on the Kepler wallet, so I'm still learning that. There's still quite a bit of... I wonder if we can do it over here. No, because this is the Sei network. Which means in here, this is the Kepler wallet. That's okay. I'll figure it out. I won't do that while you're bored. I'll figure it out. We'll do a tutorial or something. But so that is Kepler wallet. Let's keep going here. I know I'm probably boring you guys. Animal Farm, as we know. So what the heck is going on with Animal Farm? Honestly, it's been radio silent, and it's it makes everybody nervous. If I wasn't in this space as long as I was and have the patience, the tricky part in regards to the patience that I'm having, though, that I don't like, is this is a many months, especially upcoming to a large reveal with Black Cube Finance. So anybody who's following along with Animal Farm knows that it's going to be rebranding as Black Cube Finance. And I've done videos on them before, and I personally think Black Cube Finance is going to be a game changer. The tools that are being built for Black Cube Finance are going to be pretty incredible, and I think it's going to be a game changer for anybody who's been in this. So as you guys know, I've actually been just keeping my stuff here. The tricky part is like, what I'm staking with my USDC, BUSD, and my dog BNB and that type of stuff. It unfortunately could be making more gains elsewhere. So, every time these delays happen, and I think a lot of people think this, what am I missing? Even if I were to just pull this out and move it over to say PancakeSwap and just use their farming tools in the meantime to gain a little bit more, because what gains am I losing by keeping it here? But part of it is I'm keeping it here because my play is get as much dogs and pigs as I can, which is eventually going to be switched over to Seat and Cube. I believe there is going to be the two tokens. And when that happens and the actual Black Cube Finance takes off and starts working, I think it's going to be a pretty big game changer, especially if that Roam protocol they're building is as good as they say. I'm very big on the fact that I'll be able to stake my stuff in here, and there's not going to be a support for BUSD. So once this does happen, I'm probably going to pull this out, and honestly, what I'm probably going to convert it to is BTC ETH liquidity, and it will auto compound. So you're not only going to be gaining stuff, but you're going to be auto compounding with all the features that he talked about. But I'm also wondering if maybe those features are what's causing the delay. It's, I heard there's some rumors that, like, I guess, Forex, who's the developer, and his team, that his dog passed away. And then the holidays came. You had Christmas, you had New Year's, and now it's the beginning of the year. But the concern is it's just been so much radio silence. And that makes anybody nervous, especially when you're in other projects and you see other people moving stuff around and making gains. Those who have stuck it out and kept it in here probably aren't getting the amount of gains that we could have had we just pulled it out and moved it someplace else, moved our funds someplace else to kind of harvest and things. With that being said, I'm going to keep it in here to try and get as many dogs as I can. I don't know when the snapshot's going to happen. The sooner the snapshot happens, any word on Forex? Soon. That's today. Will wrapped BNB be available? No. The DAO is a special group. I can't afford it. It's like $3,000. So I'm still trying to get as many dogs and pigs as I can, because once this does convert over, if it does have the first mover advantage and the movement that I'm hoping and anticipating, then those dogs and pigs are going to go up. First being, dogs are no longer going to be inflationary. The mechanisms that he had mentioned, back in November on his last AMA, was that the mechanism is going to make dogs, in essence, deflationary. Anytime you have a deflationary token, especially on a big project like this, that's going to get a lot of eyes and a lot of expertise, that's a good thing. And that includes pigs, which is going to be converted over to seats, and the pig pin is going to get converted over to the round table. If the amount of BUSD, or I'm sorry, it's going to be BNB, when it converts, if the amount of BNB in this vault is exponentially rising with all the activity, that is what's going to bring people in to get more pigs or seats at the time once it gets released. The more people, because what you're shooting for is how much are you going to get per pig. And if you throw 100 pigs in there and you're getting 10 cents, per pig, that's going to raise eyes, and people are going to want to get pig, and that's going to drive demand. Pig also, I believe, is going to be very minimally, if any, inflationary as well. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I would love to move my stuff elsewhere because I might be able to make some more gains, but at the same time, my play is this Black Cube Finance. I think Black Cube Finance is going to be pretty dang big, and even if the dogs that I have get converted over to cubes and they go up 2x or 3x, that's going to be huge. Because as I've been claiming, I have some that are ready to be sold if I need to with these NFTs with a low tax bracket, so to speak. So I could pull some of those gains off if the dogs start shooting back up again. And that goes the same with pigs as well. So that is that. What else do I have on Binance? Pancake Swap. Oh, the Carol. Where is it? Nope. Drip, we already talked about. Where is my... Here we go. Carol. So Carol, unfortunately, on the base side, and we'll look at it real quick. You get an NFT, but I don't want to register. They partnered with the Stellum.io. I don't really want to deal with that, so I don't really care. Where am I at? Base. There we go. So let's look at Carol base first. As anticipated, unfortunately, the liquidity just isn't happening like we were hoping. Everything they gave us after the big debacle, I just staked it. They've been in here for 27 days earning profit. I'm just going to let it keep riding. There's a lot of movement that still needs to happen on this. This total liquidity has just been struggling, unfortunately. The same thing with the BNB chain. I think they just lost a lot. Now, they may be able to pull this off, but like anything else, any other of these Deegan plays that we do, these high risk, high rewards, you need to kind of see the writing on the wall, and you always want to make sure that you have try to get your ROI as soon as you can. This also has been steadily going down since that time. So I've been trying to just pull whatever ROI I can out. Will they be able to flip this around? Maybe, but they're going to need to make some pretty big partnerships. They're going to have to get a lot more liquidity moving. So I didn't give up on it, but at the same time, I need to pull the profit where I can. All right, next is Solana. Okay, Solana. There's a lot of meme tokens shooting out here. One of them was this Annulus token. Where is it? Yeah, Annulus, which is basically Solana backward. Luckily, I actually got a huge gain on this. I don't know if you can see it's way back here, but I actually had bought way down here. I was just kind of playing in the meme market one day. And so I was able to like 2-3x my Solana, and since then it's come down. Now, unfortunately, like all other meme coins, there is some concern because of this downwards trend that it's being manipulated. And so if you're actually in the chat, where is it? There's a lot of concern in here of because the total market has been coming down. I think it maxed at like 40 million. It's down to like 18 million. But, oh, look, it's down to 6 million. They get down 2 million just since this morning when I looked. But the tricky part is there's some bots that are taking advantage. And so there's a lot of FUD in the chat right now about is it being manipulated by bots or the developer themselves? The developers have been kind of silent. So what is my take on this? One, it's a meme coin. Who knows if they're even going to do anything, to be honest with you. It may just continue to go down. It may go down to 0. I personally bought down here where this arrow is. And after I bought this, it went up. I got I think it was about 3x. So I do still hold some of this, which is probably worth dang near nothing. Let's see. But I'm okay with that simply because, let's refresh this. I already have my gains. So if this somehow gets some more traction and takes off, I'm still holding a little bag. I'm okay with that. Come on. Am I not logged in? Let's see. Let's get logged in here. So it's... if it pops off, if the bull market comes and Alana decides to, do 1,000x, beautiful. At least I'm still holding the small bag. I already got my gains out. Now, if I was some of the other ones that were buying that top because, everybody always thinks, hey, it's always going to go up. Unfortunately, it's not always going to go up. And you'll see that, especially if it's a meme token. You never know if they're actually going to pull off what they're saying they're going to pull off. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I am still holding some. I'll hold it probably till it dies. Just like this Solana Inu and all this kinds of stuff. That was all stuff when Solana kind of first came onto the market. There were some of those. I don't think that anything's going to happen. I think they're abandoned. So if we were to sell all of it, yeah, 0.1. It's only worth $10. Like 4 or 5 days ago, this is worth dang near 1 more Solana. So I am losing, but at the same time, I did already pull out my profit on it. So some of my profit's still in here. Some of my profit I actually rolled over to Sei, which is another kind of meme coin, so to speak, on Solana. But this chat is still active, like they're going to be doing some stuff. Where is it? Sei. Where are you? Hey, where'd you go? There it is. So Sei, on the other hand, they're still active. This market cap's been struggling to get up to 1 million. In fact, let's look at the chart real quick. It had a beautiful spike. I actually 2x'd on it, so I was able to put in I put in 1 Solana, pulled out 1 Solana. Let's go back in time. Let's do hourly chart. So I did get in, and I put in 1 Solana, pulled out 1 Solana, so I still had 1 Solana in here playing, but I've already pulled my money off the table. So if this goes to nothing, I'll break even. I'm okay with that. But at the moment, I'm not sure where's my Radian. So my Sei, if I sold it all, it's still worth about 0.39, so it is down. But we'll see what happens. There's still talk of development and things of that nature. I think this still can have a leg up. Its market cap is pretty low. It had a pretty good community. It's kind of interesting. I mean, you're getting some decent buys on it. It's just interesting. I'm not sure why this isn't getting the traction. A Telegram group called, this whale's coming in, pumped at 2x just after 15 minutes. Yeah, that's this right here. But as you can see, every time it pumps up, and that's where another one of these things get tricky is, I get that you're throwing it to pump groups, but those are exactly what they are. They're pump groups. You pay them to pump it to their people to try and get these spikes and create a little hype. If it doesn't work, this is what you get. It pumps up right here, and then it drops back down again. What you need is you need developers in here talking about what are you going to do with this token? What is your platform going to do? What is the utility for it? How is it going to make people? How is the token going to make people want to hold or provide some sort of dividend or something along those lines? I'm not saying they're not going to do that. This is still fairly new, so we'll give it some time. I'm even on it, so I'm okay with that. So then, of course, and I apologize, I know this is rambling, but this is what I'm going to do because that's what I feel like doing today. Of course, we talk about my lockers over at Star Atlas. These things are still rocking and rolling. What I like about these is I'm hoping, because now Solana's really starting to get some attention and getting some eyes on it. And kind of the way I talked about earlier in the video, the projects that are going to be long-term, in my opinion, and are traditional kind of VC, less Deegan, more proper projects. Well, Star Atlas is one of them. This is a huge project that's been around for a multitude of years. They're developing a tier 1 game on blockchain using Unreal Engine 5. I mean, it's just going to be big. So these are the ones that I'm talking about that I don't mind holding long term. And as more eyes get onto Solana and get eyes onto this, you should still see some improvement on it. In the meantime, in here, as you guys know if you follow my channel, I locked up a ton of my Polis. So at the moment I have, what is this, 53,803 locked in, 53,000 Polis. And I locked it in here for 5 years. Because that's just kind of where I'm at with this project. I'm comfortable with it. It provides dividends in regards to Polis. Polis is the DAO token for this project. They just released their financials, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. And those financials showed kind of how their economy is doing, including the Polis and Atlas token. And it was all positive. There's a lot of factions. It's a very involved game. I do participate here and there. Excuse me, in the game itself. But in reality, I think the majority of my participation is supporting the ecosystem in a way I can. That includes locking up, staking. I do go onto their, what they call faction website. And that faction is once you join a race in the game, you can supply your ships and things for people to use and those kinds of things. And so I do, because again, I'm just trying to support a project that I have investment in. You always want to support the projects you have an investment in, which is why a lot of times these meme coins crumble, because people, in rare instances, like Bored Ape or Pepe when it first came out, and these meme tokens that truly just had the luck of the draw and had a huge community behind it, and all of a sudden they said, oh man, we actually should give this token a utility. Short of that, a lot of these meme tokens are exactly that. It's people who are trying to catch that 1000x pump. And when they do, they sell it and they move on. And that's why a lot of those Deacon plays, although they're fun, and I always have I always keep a little bit of my wallet to do those fun, high risk, high reward plays. Other ones I keep in long term, such as this. That's simply because these are the ones that are gonna, or I hope are gonna stand or resist time. And you don't need people coming in and going to those. Are you gonna create a dice game? Are you gonna create this? Are you gonna push it to a pump group? Are you gonna, did you have a Telegram call channel? And it's like, well, that's well and dandy, but you're grasping at straws a lot of those times. So. With that being said, I also have Atlas locked in here. As you guys know, my Atlas locked in is 450,000. Usually when I come in here with all that staking, I will pull out what I've earned. Where is it? Here it is, the DAO. So I just pulled out 58 DAO. So let's swap it. Phantom's going really slow today. Either that or my computer's going really slow. Come on. Maybe it's my computer. It's just having a rough day. Doesn't want to wake up. Alright, it's taking too long. I'm not going to make you guys bored with it. So that's everything on Solana at the moment. And I think that's it. I think it's the only things I want to talk about. There's other projects that I'm in. Kind of going back in time here. If you guys want to know about those long-term things that I'm in, such as Railgun, which we've talked about. This is privacy chain on Ethereum, Binance Matic. And I have this staked in here in order to by supporting the ecosystem and staking, you actually earn DAI, Rail BSC, or Wrap BNB, or on the ETH side, if you stake it, you get the same thing, but on the ETH side. So this is a solid project, in my opinion, that I have a lot of stuff staked in just to kind of support it and earn passive income as well. And then you have, where is it? No, not over there. Must be here. Yeah. Connect. This one has been around for a couple years. I am still waiting for them to get all their approvals and things. In essence, it's going to be a portfolio management with governance and treasury, as well as a link to a crypto wallet that you can actually use your assets as a debit card, with a few other perks and things of that nature. This also has been around for a couple of years. Still building, still active. Market cap has been going down, but if they could deliver on what they're producing, I think you'll see a jump in this as well. And really what I'm hoping and what it's doing is actually you can stake your CNFI token, which I did. And by staking it, you earn CNFI rewards. I've just been compounding those rewards, waiting for the project launch itself, which will hopefully drive that value up. And then I'll start claiming and selling and kind of gaining passive income that way. So there is another one. What was it? Omni we already talked about. I don't remember which one it is. Anyway, that's all I got today. I know this was a long, random one. If you guys made it to the end, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. If you have questions, drop me in the comments. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is just me rambling, but also I just love talking crypto. So if you guys want to talk crypto, let me know. If you want a video on something specific, let me know. In the meantime, have a great Happy New Year, and thank you guys for sticking with me all this time. And let's go get some gains, okay?